time, but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me see. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer.
Let off the beat.
Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat,
Battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. They've got Dick, also Brandon Ingram out there. Scotty Barnes is out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's Mobo in at the power forward position. Now here's Ingram. That's in. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
Yeah, the fluid shooting motion of Ingram makes him a real threat to knock down these corner triples.
Daniels passes to LeVert. Pass to Rizachet. And he throws it down with one hand.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right, now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Quinn Snyder.
And he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly, Barnes has a big fan here.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's LeVert. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far and picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his third year and still has plenty of room to grow.
Now here's Dick. Pass to Poeltl. Here's Mobo. Lets the three fly. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for him that time.
Here's Daniels. Okongwu with it. He's picked up by Poeltl. There's the screen by Johnson. Daniels. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Outside Ingram. Shot clock at 6 to end the run. And the Raptors miss again.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And a slam dunk by Ingram.
They want Ingram attacking the basket like this. It gets his juices flowing when he can get to the rim and finish strong.
Dick with it. Now LeVert defending. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Poeltl. The three from Barnes. Atlanta with the rebound. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Daniels. Kept alive by Atlanta. Here's LeVert. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Barnes.
So tough to negate LeVert's wingspan when he's in attack mode. It's one of his deadliest characteristics.
Both free throws good for LeVert. Here's Dick. No points so far. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Here's Daniels. The three. Gets the three to fall. Daniels has got 6.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team. It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. Here's Rizachet. Toronto making their last shot. Pass to Okongwu. LeVert outside. Okongwu inside. Covered by Pirtle. That shot wide open. 5 points in the game.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Dick, the pass to Ingram. They set a pick. Knocked away. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Johnson. To the wing on the left. Pass to Daniels. Okongwu, a screen on Ingram. Here's Daniels. And Ingram with the block.
I know they love to see Ingram make big plays on defense, and that's the energy they want from him.
Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And here's Okongwu for 3. The ball was out of his hand in time. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
Plenty of... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
They've got Terrence Mann. Larry Nance is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's George Niang, and it's Young in at the 1. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams, but Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Pass to Capella. Back to Young. Launches it. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Toronto's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
With the game on the line, Ice Trae is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I work too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. Outside Young. Lets it go from deep. Clock at 6. Niang outside. Tries again. Out left to the wing. Up top, Nance. He's scoreless. Goes up again to the left side wing. Capella screen on quickly. And Young gets it to go.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Here's quickly. Pass to Roden. Boucher on the screen. Here's Abaji. And it's Toronto with another.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Young against quickly. Beyond the arc. That is Trae's shot. The 3.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
Pass to Boucher. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Abaji. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Young from long range. Here's Capella, and the slam dunk by Capella.
Refusing to give up on the glass, Capella truly works for his rebounds.
The three, Barrett. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2. Stan, you started as an assistant in the NBA back in 1995. Now, all of these years later, for a coach, what's been the biggest change, you think?
Well, I think the biggest change, Brian, has been that we don't practice as much. There's much less time spent on the court with your team. It's more done in terms of film and individual work and not 5-on-5 type practice like it was back in 1995.
You mean to say we're talking about practice?
That's exactly right.
Atlanta leading by 5. Pass to Capella. Now here's Nie. To the wing, right side. Here goes Trey. Out to the right wing. Fires the three. That shot is off. Raptors trail by 5. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto.
Substitution, number 14.
There's 47 seconds left in the second. Here's Abaji. Kicks it out to Barrett. Pass to Walter. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Barrett. It's deflected. Young looking around. Here's Capella. Back to Young. Down low. Nie outside. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. Pass to Nance. And here's Young. From behind the arc. The shot misses. A big-time effort for Trae Young, providing a lot of energy for Atlanta. He put together 10 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
So for Toronto right now, Brandon Ingram out there with Grady Dick. Then there's Barnes. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Mobo in at the 4. Pass to Okongwu from deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Okongwu's got 6.
Really good passing wing. Risachet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Atlanta leading by 4. On the wing, Daniels. He's got 6. His first shot attempt. Johnson passes to Daniels. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Pass to Mobo. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Barnes. Here's Risachet. Here's Okongwu. Here's Risachet. There's the drive, and they pick up 2. And now it's a 9-point Atlanta lead.
Yeah, what a move by the light-footed rookie. Risachet driving in to get a bucket. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
From outside the arc. Rebound, Toronto. Poeltl with the ball. Now LeVert defending. Poeltl, the pass to Ingram. Now Barnes.
Position. His first. Team first.
Here's Dick.
And on defense, LeVert is so crafty, using his agility and quickness to keep the other man off balance.
Okongwu, a screen on Barnes. Pass to Daniels. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. So Ingram will go to the free throw line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu. And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hard-working, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
He's an opportunistic scorer in the open floor. Barrett makes sure to take advantage of these chances whenever he can.
Nance with a screen on Barrett. Here's Young, plenty of space. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Young's got 12. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Outside Barrett. Raptors trail by 6. Quickly passes to Boucher. And finished off by Boucher.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Young against Barrett. The kick out to Nance. Back to Niang. Pass to Nance. 5 to shoot. And he was fouled while in the act. And here comes the coach's challenge. He doesn't hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Nance, the pass to Niang. And Atlanta misses again. Toronto trailing. For the tie. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
A quality defender, Capella uses his size and reach to erase shots.
Outside Young, and he drives in. Young blitzing his way to a bucket.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
The third quarter comes to a close. Atlanta on top, up by 4. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Clint Capella out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Trae Young, then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Niang in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Barrett against Young. Capella, screen on Barrett. Here's Young. Another one falls for Atlanta.
Yeah, he can light up the stat sheet. Young really putting on a clinic.
On the wing quickly. He's guarded by man. Right wing. And the foul called on R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
A line change here for Toronto. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Outside Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
I got yours.
There's a screen. Fires the three. Daniels misses.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Barnes finds Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold, that's not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Ingram with the ball. Now LeVert defending. Here's Dick. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Here's Daniels. Inside. Here's Johnson. Not going to go that time. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. And a fast break now for the Raptors.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
LeVert passes to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
Picked by Pirtle. Here's Ingram. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Both free throws good from Ingram.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Here's Daniels. The kick out to Johnson. Let's go with a three. Drops in the three. Johnson's got 9 points here in the second half.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And he makes it. Ingram's got 26.
And this guy is just a gamer. Ingram doesn't feel pressure. He embraces the moment, taking and making important shots.
And now the Raptors on the break. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. On the wing, Daniels. He's guarded by Barnes. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
And he gets it back. LeVert outside. Johnson inside. Pass to Rizachet. 3 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. Pirtle grabs a miss.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
The 3 from Barnes. The rebound by Atlanta. They've led by as much as 10. Okongwu against Pirtle. There's the triple. Rebounded by Ingram. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 5-point game. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ingram with a screen on Levert. Dick, the pass to Ingram. The three. That one no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Daniels, that one's true.
Nice pass by Shea. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
He makes the second free throw, and that trims the lead to 6. And so he's good on all 3 free throws. And that brings him within 5. Levert goes against Barnes. Pass to Daniels. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. The 3 from Shea. He can't get that one to fall. So it's Atlanta picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
off the inside pair. Dick is out there with Emmanuel Quick. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position. Down for the Heat. They've got Wiggins. Mitchell is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Over in the corner, Hero. One thing, Doors, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Boy, you love Barnes being assertive on offense. He forces the defense to foul him there.
It's his first trip to the line. Hey, Doors, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago, and their focus on defense, Brandon Ingram. Coach told me Brandon presents unique problems. It's the skill and size combination. You just don't see it too often. Anytime Ingram touches the ball, everyone will be focused on stopping him. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
Thank you, David.
And the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Quickly, out to Ingram. Quickly against Mitchell. And that one is hammered home.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Wiggins after the Raptors pick up two. No good on the three. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ingram outside. Hurdle with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Ingram. And he finishes nicely on the way. Ingram's got 7.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. They got some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here's Ingram following the basket by Bam Adebayo. From outside the arc. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Wiggins. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Defense on its heels right now. Wiggins makes an adjustment, pulls up for the soft floater.
And there's Dick. That's good on the assist from Ingram.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Adebayo high post. Fast break Toronto. Knocks it loose. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Now here is Pirtle. Still scoreless. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Hero on the wing. Dick defending from the corner. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Dick up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
A three-pointer. Wiggins sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Shot's good by Hero.
And how about Harrell's body control, capable of still scoring even when the defense ups the ante in terms of physicality.
Now, here's quickly. Ingram outside. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wiggins outside. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. The Raptors. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
We've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Pass to Abaji. He's got a clear path. Here's Highsmith. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. Raptors with the lead. Here's Mobo. Here's Walter. Here's the screen. Here's Abaji. And the 3 ball is good. Abaji's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Pass to Jovic for 3. Boucher with the rebound. Toronto leading by 5. It's Barrett on the wing. Jaquez defending. And Barrett slams it in.
That's coming with force. R.J. Barrett, nothing you can do to stop that.
Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
Pass to Love. Here's Jovic. No scoring in this one. 5 on the clock. Goes back up. It's hauled in by the Raptors. To the right side. Here's Mobo. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Burks' shot is good.
There's a self-assurance about Alec Burks. He has no problem pulling up when the defense gives him space.
Pass to Mobo. They set the pick. Barrett wide open. He fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barrett's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Burks' shot is good.
But terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
Here's Abaji. And that's collected by Love. The Heat trail by 7. Burks a screen on Barrett. Pass to Burks. Launches a 3. They get it back. Here's Highsmith. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Jaquez. And the layup's good off the glass. Jaquez has got his first bucket in this one. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And for Boucher, to me, it's about taking his time inside. When he does that, he's very effective.
He had a nice open look right there. Burks has got 9.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Out to Barrett. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Raptors lead by 7.
R.J. Barrett trusting the jumper in the catch and shoot. Boy, if he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
Takes a 3. Walter can't get it to go. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Heat shooting their first free throw this game.
In just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. To the left wing, Jovic. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay.
Oh, my goodness, that was electric. R.J. Barrett with a little flash.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Heat. 8-point game. Pass to Jovic. Connects from three-point range. Jovic has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Barrett for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot draw. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Grady Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. Wiggins against Ingram. 6 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Adebayo the screen. Ware kicks to Adebayo. Just 4 to shoot. From behind post.
This guy works so hard on the defensive end. Scotty Barnes committed to contesting an alternate.
Oh!
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
The Heat have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. It's tipped. 90 seconds now into the second half. And the dunk by Dick.
He's showing some strength on that finish. Dick is solid at converting there through contact.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. The Heat trail by 10. Wiggins sets a screen for Mitchell. Driving the lane. Has to Ware. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here is Quickly. Barnes screen on Mitchell. Here's Quickly. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Ingram outside. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Going for a dunk. Ingram uses that physicality, clearing the defense out of his way.
Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Barnes grabs the miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And here are the Raptors now. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. For 3, Ingram buries it from 3-point range. Ingram's got 14 points.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
He was all alone on that one.
Well, the passing ability of Andrew Wiggins on display. And ask anyone, they'll tell you he's a great team guy.
Here's Quickly. Chalk up 2 there. Quickly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Ingram. Back to Dick. From deep. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. We've got 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Back to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Adebayo to screen. The tray. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. A 3 from Quickly. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Mitchell. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
They get it back. Pirtle kicks to Ingram. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Boucher with a screen on Burks. Driving in.
Wow! Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Pass to Jovic. Here's Highsmith. Got it off in time. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Miami. They trail by 16. We've got Jaime Jaquez. He's out there with Alec Burks. And it's Love in at the 5, down low. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Roden. Burks covering.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Miami on defense. Here's Mobo. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Abaji. And that one, good. And the Raptors lead by 15.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Jovic, no good. Toronto's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Roden. No No good with the triple. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Jovic. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Now Barrett. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. He takes it in. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Excellent instincts from R.J. Barrett right there. Finds the gap, drives with confidence.
Pass to Love. Puts up a 3. Hands it from downtown. Love's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Barrett. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
The entire offensive arsenal of R.J. Barrett is on display.
Got a hand on it. And the layup is good. Barrett's got 6 in the quarter. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Pass to Jovic. Back to Burks. From the arc. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, Barrett has got to become more consistent. But if he adds consistent three-point shooting, turn the lights out.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Free throw good, Burks. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Burks hits 2 free throws.
Alec Burks continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a 2-guard.
With the drive, Barnes outside. That 3 off the mark. The Heat trail by 11. Hero on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Nice shot by Poeltl. Poeltl's got his first basket.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Poeltl. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
Here's Hero. Banked in off the glass.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
A 3 from Barnes. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo down low. Poeltl's there. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Drains the 3-pointer.
Big shot maker. Wiggins poised in the clutch.
It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip. I think Alec Burks has proven in big moments he's ready to deliver.
And the dunk by Dick.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Hero with it. Now guarded by Ingram. Burks. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Quickly the pass to Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Wiggins kicks to Burks. Back to Wiggins. It's deflected. So it's Toronto winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental
Time, but eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer.
Let off the beat.
Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer.
Let off the beat.
Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for him.
welcome to two. Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risache in at the small forward position. And for Miami, Hero and Jaquez Jr. They man the backcourt. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who? And he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here's Hero. Wiggins with a screen on LeVert. Hero. And he goes in for the dunk.
And Tyler's got to love that when he has a chance to rise up.
Here's Daniels. To the inside. Here's Risache. Outside for LeVert. 6 to shoot from the arc. Adebayo grabs the board. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, BA, tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era. Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins, deadly enough from that spot.
Here's Daniels. Outside for LeVert. Back to Daniels. Fires from deep. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Driving to the basket. Outside for LeVert. Okongwu inside. Here's Daniels. Counted by Adebayo. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
First quarter of ball. Almost 2.5 minutes in. Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins outside. That three's off the mark. The Hawks trailing. And now the Hawks on the break. Wiggins with a steal. Here's Adebayo. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, how about that? Bam stepping out just a little bit from the mid-range with a soft touch.
Here's Daniels, hounded by Wiggins. The kick out to Johnson. Back to Daniels. Picked up by Okongwu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 6.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
And that one's good. Jaquez for 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Back to Daniels. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Johnson. Now here's Okongwu. Yet to see a basket. Here's Risache. From downtown, another 3 for Atlanta.
I love how competitive this kid Risache is, coming right back with his own triple.
And out on the wing, Zach Risache has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, BA, this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
To the paint. Adebayo against Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
So it's Miami now, following the score by Atlanta. Hero outside. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
How about Hero? Gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
Wiggins with a steal. Fast break Miami. Back to Hero. Wiggins outside. Hits the trifecta. Wiggins got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
2 on the clock. And there's the rejection. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. It's stolen by Jaquez. And so it's the Miami Heat leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's mostly due to... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Miami.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Mitchell out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Highsmith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
For the Hawks, Trey Young. 1. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trey Young. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Mitchell, plenty of space. Miami, no good that time either.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Nance. Pass to Young. Four on the clock. Nance the screen. Oh, there's the alley. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it.
Here's Jovic. Love for 3. Sinks the tray. Love's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Nance outside. The 3 ball. Miami grabs the miss.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Nance with a screen on Mitchell. There's Young with the 3. That shot, no good. Heat leading by 4. And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
This one for 3. Love grabs the miss. Miami's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Outside Burks. 3-pointer off the mark. Hawks trail by 4. Man, the pass to Nance. Young looking over the floor. Here's Niang. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Niang's got his first 3 points of the game.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Larry Nance picks one up. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Nance with a screen on Mitchell. Releases. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Young's got 7 points for the quarter.
Trey's so dynamic in the pick and roll. He runs that set as well as anyone in the league.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
Pass to man. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And good recognition there from Trey. It's part of his role. He's got to find open guys.
Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game. We've got 1:13 left to play in the half. Burks goes in, and that one is hammered home.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Young, the pass to man. Niang a screen. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And he just punches home the one-hand finish.
Hey, 2 points the easy way. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of this one. Young, the pass to man. The kick out to Young. From deep. Rebound by the Heat. Love's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Burks. The D's right on him. The rebound by the Hawks. This is his second trip to the line in the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
That one drops. He ties it up.
At the line for the Hawks, Terrence Mann.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Burks with it. Here's Highsmith. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Hawks on top, up 1. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Draws, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, one of the stories here, Alec Burks getting it done today.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5 down low. And Grant, the Heat, last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
Here's Jaquez. Gets the 3 ball to go. Jaquez has got 8.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's LeVert. Here he goes.
Not a lot of resistance from the D.
That's the last guy you want to leave open.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Here's Wiggins. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And Wiggins showing a bit of strength, even with that frame of his, able to take the punishment and still get the score.
And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second-best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. I hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable.
Pass to LeVert. Here's Daniels. Marquez covers. Over to the wing. Clock at 4. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Kicks it to Hero.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he sees the man's going to kick the ball out. Wow. I mean, that is what I'm talking about. Wow. A Swiss Army knife talent. LeVert is very skilled at setting the table for his teammates. And good whistle there.
Miami shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Third team foul.
First one falls for him.
Now at the line, Tyler Hero.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Okongwu, a screen on Wiggins. Daniels misses. The Heat with the lead. Pass to Ware. That's tipped. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Team foul.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Hawks trail by 4. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Daniels passes to Johnson. Here's Risache. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Daniels. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Hero, the pass to Wiggins. Hey, Wiggins with the elevation.
He's got so much vertical ability. That's easy for Wiggins.
Here's Daniels, hounded by Wiggins. Pass to Risache. Back to Daniels. Here's Risache. And here's LeVert for 3. The rebound by Ware. And here are the Heat. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Wiggins. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So Miami ends up going with a new group.
Horrible collapse there, guys. There is simply no excuse to give up a wide-open three-pointer off of the dead ball inbound play.
Burks passes to Highsmith. Here's Jovic. Burks for 3. Knocks down the triple. Burks has got 12.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Chalk up 2 there.
Trae Young has such good handle and creates so much space for himself, and he can get to the rim.
Outside Burks. Pass to Jovic. Burks, a screen on Nance. Back to Burks. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
Makes his selection just...
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Miami out in front, up by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. They've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Davion Mitchell. And it's Highsmith in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Novic's shot is off. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 4. Out to the wing. Back to Niang. There's the 3. Love grabs the miss. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Burks. He's guarded by Mann. Pass to Jovic. Here's Mitchell. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Capella with a block.
Intimidating right there. Capella just gets so long at times and throws that one away.
We played just over a minute here in the 4th. Young finds Capella. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists in the game.
I like it when Capella looks to score like this, especially when he's got that kind of positioning.
Burks. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Man, the pass to Nance. Pass to Capella. Here's Young. Just 4 to shoot. Launches a 3. Second chance shot. Love grabs the miss. Love's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. On the wing, Burks. He's guarded by Mann. Hawks trail by 6. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So Miami ends up going with a new group.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
LeVert goes against Jaquez. LeVert attacking.
You see the quick...
And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
Shooting for Atlanta. Paris,
Many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Eric Spoelstra's huddle. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. He misses the free throw.
And when healthy, LeVert is a problem. A multi-dimensional guard who can score, pass, and rebound at an impressive clip.
Miami making a switch here. Burks is checked in. Wiggins outside. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Adebayo. No rebound by Atlanta. Here's Daniels. Here's LeVert. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Easy to see why they trust LeVert's judgment. Impressive watching him getting it done in a big spot.
Wiggins, no good. Hawks trail by 4. Pass to Daniels. Now here's a Kongwu. Back to Daniels. Hits the three-pointer.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Here's Hero. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. And the Heat lead by 3.
Tyler Hero in the zone.
Here's a Kongwu. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Fast break. Here we go. Wiggins looking around. Pass to Adebayo. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Daniels misses.
After clawing their way back in, that was a chance to even things up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that back.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Down low. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Adebayo, a screen on LeVert. Burks with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. LeVert goes against Burks. Four on the clock. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Pass to Rizachet to the inside. Bonnie.
Really good passing wing. Rizachet isn't a ball stopper. He really looks for his teammates.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here. There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Daniels misses, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
16 seconds left in the game. Now here's Hero. He's closely guarded.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
And so Miami takes the win. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
Ah, we love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Shea and Johnson. Daniels out there with LeVert, and it's Okongwu in at the 5.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
LeVert kicks to Johnson. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
Boucher passes to Ingram. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
In working away from the ball, Ingram thrives in the catch and shoot. A player you have to stay connected to on defense.
Here's Daniels. Stolen by Quickly. By himself. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Shea. Back to Daniels. Clock at 6. Drives to the hoop. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Took him no time at all on that one. Ingram's got 5.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Daniels, no good. Toronto, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Barnes passes to Dick. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Boucher, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
LeVert kicks to Daniels. That's the 3 fly. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And it's sent back by Okongwu. LeVert the pass to Daniels. Driving inside. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Barnes kicks to Quickly. Pass to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. Rebound by Johnson. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Shea. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists in the game. LeVert in the corner. Here's Johnson. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And the Hawks with possession here after the Raptors pick up 2. Johnson the pass to Daniels. Okongwu against Boucher. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Dick, that's good.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Here is Daniels, covered by Barnes. And here's Daniels, 7 points in the game. Off on the layup.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And so... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. They've got R.J. Barrett, and it's Abaji in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Battle.
Great execution of the double team right there, able to strip it and then get the possession.
Here's Nance. Another shot. The kick out to Young. Back to Nance. 6 to shoot. It's Young on the wing. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Mobo. Out to Barrett. For the 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make him pay.
Aston Yang. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Mobo, covered by Nance. Here's Abaji. Out to the wing. Here's Mobo. And a miss there on the triple. Atlanta has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Niang. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Traps in the tray.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Young. Raptors knocking down the tray. Buries the long-range jumper.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth moments.
Now, here's Barrett. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. Mobo's got his first 2 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Stripped it away. And they're running. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
That shot wide open. Young's got 6 points.
Yeah, smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Pass to Pirtle. Here's Mobo. Abaji, the pass to Barrett. Here's Mobo. Here's Abaji. Knocks down the 3 ball. Abaji's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Hawks leading. Young outside. Oh, Nance in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. Mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Here's man. No good on the quick three. Raptors trail by 5. From downtown. And again, no good by Toronto. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Niang passes to Nance. Barrett against Young. Pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
It's tipped. Young with the ball. Picked up by Barrett. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Nance kicks to Niang. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Abaji. Nifty move. Here's Battle. Oh my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to...
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan at first shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Raptors trail by 4. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. LeVert out there with Daniel. And it's Rizichet in at the 3 spot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Okongwu kicks to Johnson. Pass to Rizichet. Daniels inside the line. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And this kid, Rizichet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Ingles uses the glass to finish the layup. Ingram's got 9.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Rizichet wide open. A 3-pointer is right on target. And the Hawks lead by 7.
A true highlight of Rizichet's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
Barnes finds Ingram. And here is Quickly. Ooh, the double clutch. A rebound by Johnson.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
This one for 3. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Putting in the outlets. Show him some love, fans.
Raptors trail by 14. Will it go? Takes it inside. Here's Dick. No good there. Excellent D there by Johnson. Atlanta's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
First team foul.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Hawks passing it around. Hits the 3-point bomb. Daniels has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots. but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Quickly.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here is Daniels, covered by Barnes. Daniels, no good. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Quickly against LeVert. Quickly kicks to Ingram. Boucher with a screen on LeVert. 4 on the clock. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. That's good from Johnson on the assist by LeVert. 9 points for Johnson.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? Coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Pass to LeVert. Now here's Johnson. Now here's Okongwu. He's got 7. 3 on the clock. And there's the drive. Daniel from outside. Boucher with the rebound.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
It's Dick on the wing. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You never want to foul a jump shooter. Dick certainly qualifies as that.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And both free throws good for Dick. The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a lead.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And the dunk by Dick.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Young from outside, and he's good on the 3 ball. Young's got 9.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of the game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's Abaji in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. The shot's good from Nance.
And I'll tell you, Nance can score. He rebounds it, has the versatility to switch 1 through 5, does a lot for this team.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. Hits it from 3-point range.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Young, no good.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to Abaji. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Screen by Niang. Young against Barrett. Young dishes to Nance. Young pass to Nance. Good on the 3-point shot.
And hard to... missed the wide open man that time. Kudos to Young for finding him.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Pass to Abaji. Here's Battle. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the inside. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Both teams will make substitutions. Raptors trail by 10. Now Barrett. Pass to Boucher. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Barrett finds Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Out to Barrett. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Daniels dishes to Johnson. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Daniels with it. 4 on the shot clock. Johnson outside. Rejected by Ingram.
Great use of lift by Ingram. Able to reach out and get his hand on the ball for a block.
Pirtle, he's checked in for Chris Boucher.
Number 19, Jakob.
Outside, Barrett. And Pirtle has it in the corner. Pass to Dick. Ingram deciding where to go with it.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Out to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Barrett's got 5 points now this quarter.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Three-pointer, Daniels. And Pirtle pulls it down. Raptors trail by 6. And the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Pass to Rizichet. Here is Daniels, covered by Barnes. And here's Daniels. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And Barrett slams it in.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Here is Daniels, covered by Barnes. Daniels passes to Johnson. Okongwu with it. Johnson sends the screen for Okongwu. Johnson kicks to Okongwu. In the corner, Daniels. Frames it from downtown.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into correction.
And it's Brandon. The coach's challenge has been
First team foul. The play will be reviewed under NBA
Some of the
rules.
more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
the wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
To the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During the last break, listened in on Darko Rajakovic talking to his team. The coach told his players, hey, they're feeling the pressure over there. Keep pressing, keep fighting. They're starting to crack. Now let's get this game even. guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to LeVert. Three-pointer. That shot off. And so the Hawks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me top down
like these, who can really run their offense through their bigs.
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Davion Mitchell, and Drew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Ingram. Well, the defenders... stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite scores.
Well, think about it, BA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Barnes passes to Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get off a shot. The three from quickly. The rebound by Ware. Now here's Hero. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Hurdle in the post. And there's a 3-second violation.
3-second violation. Miami ball.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Wiggins from long range. Hurdle grabs a miss.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. Fires for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
Quickly passes to Dick. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Quickly. 5 on the clock. Back to Pirtle. And it's Miami with a rebound. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Here's Dick. No good with the finger roll.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Yep, that one goes. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Ingram with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Quickly. Outside for Ingram. They set the screen. They get it back. Hurdle. Outside Dick. It's Barnes on the wing. And again, Toronto, no good. Heat leading by 6. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. And then Adebayo slams it in.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Rare. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And Toronto has possession. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. To stop the run, 5 to shoot, gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Over to the left wing. Here's Ware. Still no points. Kicks it to Hero. Barnes against Adebayo. Back to Hero. Pass to Adebayo. And again, it's Miami converting.
And right at the last second, Bam fearlessly racing the clock.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Connects from downtown. Ingram's got 5.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Up top, Wiggins. 41 seconds left in the first quarter here. It's stolen by Ingram. Pass to Dick. Ingram up top, pounded by Wiggins. Shots blocked. Hero outside. Here's Adebayo. Misses the 3. Outside Barnes. Quickly finds Ingram. Back to Quickly. No good on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Miami. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
The aggressiveness on defense has been infectious. Everyone's come to the party. I love it.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
We've got Chris Boucher, and it's Barrett in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Burks against Barrett. Pass to Jovic. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
The assist.
Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. To the left wing. They get it back. Here's Mobo. Second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Mobo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Raptors on D. Love a screen on Barrett. Here's Burks.
R.J. Barrett has the kind of physical abilities to contest shots, and he is aggressive on the defensive end right now.
Abaji, pass to Barrett. 4-3. Pass to Abaji. Barrett with it. Jaquez covers. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Miami ball.
The Heat have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Barrett against Burks. Left side Love. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You know, you typically see the floater in the guards game, but for Kevin Love, nice job turning it into a score.
Mobo sinks that one from the post. Mobo's got 6.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Right side Love. Pass to Highsmith. There's a screen by Love. Here's the 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams in crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number 1, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
Here's Highsmith. Pass to Jaquez. Now here's Burks. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Jaquez. Takes a 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Well, Burks showing he's more than just a scorer. Terrific pass to his teammate.
For 3. And it's Battle missing.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs. And taking a look at this first half, They've just shown better shot selection.
And I think obviously we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Jovic. Out to the wing. Here's Highsmith. Now Jaquez. Back to Burks. Over Barrett. Burks no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Puts up a three. Got a hand on it. And they recover it. Here's Abaji. Poke loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Miami ball.
So it's Miami now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Highsmith. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in. Raptors trail by 8. Boucher down low, defended by Burks. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jaquez no good. The Raptors have gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Raptors ball.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Pass to Barnes. Pirtle with a screen on Adebayo. The 3 from Barnes. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. 1 second left. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Miami Heat. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans. Half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 8, setting the floor for Miami. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Ware in at the 5. The Raptors shooting 35% so far in this one. The 3 is up. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Adebayo with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Pass to Ware. Now Adebayo. There's a screen by Wiggins. Adebayo, no good.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Opportunistic play by Scotty Barnes, recognizing his teammate makes a defensive play. Let me get out in transition.
And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Grant.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's the player to watch out for moving forward.
And so here is Toronto. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Pass to Ingram. Jacks up a 3. On target from range. Ingram's got 8.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Hero from way outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Heat lead by 6. It's Barnes on the wing. Outside Ingram. Barnes with a screen on Wiggins. On the wing, Grady Dick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3-pointer off the mark. Miami leading by 6. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Adebayo. Gets a very good look and converts. 6 points for him.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
And here's Ingram outside. Rebound Miami. Ware's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Adebayo in the post. Working on Barnes. Pass to Adebayo. Wiggins with it. Adebayo is screen on Ingram. It's Wiggins on the wing. Covered by Ingram. Three-pointer. Ooh, good work defensively by Ingram. Raptors trail by 8. Quickly from outside. Rebound Miami.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Right side Mitchell. Here's Adebayo. Wiggins down low. Covered by Ingram. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it home. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, showing some toughness right there. I like whenever Wiggins out-muscles the defense and capitalizes.
A line change here for Toronto. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So Miami ends up going with a new group. Barrett can't hit.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Jovic. Here's Highsmith. Give him 8 points now. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit. Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Toronto shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. Here's Highsmith going inside, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And the basket by Abaji.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Pass to Jovic. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter here. Burks passes to Love. Oh, here's Love with the jam.
You know, just so smart. Kevin Love, tricky, crafty, you name it, he's got it in his game.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Boucher.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Burks for 3. Fires in the triple. Burks has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Jaquez against Barrett. Pass to Mobo. 4-3. The putback. Love grabs the miss. And the Heat with possession. They're on a 15-5 run. Jaquez, the pass to Love. Love, a screen on Barrett. Burks for 3. And no good. And so it's the Miami Heat in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They hold a And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got R.J. Barrett, and it's Mobo in at the 4. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to Battle. Here's Abaji. Shot clock at 5. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession.
Still Raptors ball.
Clock at 4. Here's Battle. Knocks down the long J.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Burks against Barrett. Burks goes in. Pass to Jovic. There's the triple. Drains the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Battle. Here's the three. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Barrett against Burks. Jovic passes to Jaquez. They set the pick. Here's Jovic. There's a screen by Love. Jovic shot is off. Raptors trail by 10. And he dunks it down.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
Miami has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Outside Love. Pass to Highsmith. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. They just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Both teams will make substitutions. And here's Ingram outside. Pure from three-point range.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Wiggins outside. Adebayo up top. And finished off by Adebayo.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Here's Ingram into the lane. Pass to Dick. Hurdle with a screen on Hero. Kicks it out to Barrett. Fires from deep. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami leading by 9. And there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here.
Yeah, in a battle of physicality.
Head coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
Shooting for Miami. Bam Adebayo. One shot.
People were worried.
Under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Rebound Miami. Ware's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. It's Adebayo with the drive. And Wiggins gets it to go. The assist by Adebayo.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Pass to Ingram. Lets the three fly. Drills it from deep.
For the deep, giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball. Quickly, it's checked in for Toronto. We've got 1:23 left in the game. And there's a pick. Ingram fires from way outside. And the three off target.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Hero outside. On the wing, Burks. Pass to Wiggins. And he jams it home with authority.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Heat.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
Here's Abaji. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Here's Hero. He takes it in. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. And the Heat lead by 11.
Got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Wiggins. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Quickly, passes to Ingram. And it's off from three-point range. Adebayo from long range. Counted from distance. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to